Welcome to the world of food safety, where our mission is to keep every plate delicious and danger-free. Today we're diving deep into Chapter 9, focusing on the unsung heroes of food safety receiving and storage. These practices are the first line of defense against foodborne illnesses, ensuring that everything from the moment it arrives until it reaches your plate is handled with the utmost care. Think of it like this. You wouldn't want a leaky faucet in your kitchen, and you certainly don't want leaky practices when it comes to your food. Just like a chef meticulously preps their ingredients before cooking, proper receiving and storage set the stage for safe food handling. These practices aren't just guidelines, they are the bedrock of a safe and healthy food operation. Imagine a world without proper receiving protocols. Delivery trucks pull up, boxes are unloaded, and ingredients are whisked away without a second glance. Sounds risky, right? That's because it is. Without a keen eye on what's coming in, you're essentially inviting trouble into your kitchen. A single contaminated ingredient can set off a chain reaction, potentially affecting countless individuals. Now let's talk storage. Proper storage isn't just about neatness, it's about creating an environment that inhibits the growth of harmful bacteria and preserves the quality of your ingredients. Alright folks, picture this. The delivery truck arrives, your hearts aflutter with culinary anticipation. But hold your horses. Before you even think about unlocking those truck doors, it's time to channel your inner detective. Receiving isn't just about unloading boxes, it's about meticulous observation, about ensuring every ingredient that crosses your threshold is worthy of your menu and, most importantly, safe for your customers. First things first, we're checking for any signs of damage. Next up, we're on pest patrol. Check for any signs of unwanted visitors like droppings, gnaw marks, or, heaven forbid, the critters themselves. Now let's talk temperature, folks, because when it comes to food safety, degrees matter. Those refrigerated trucks and insulated containers are not just for show. They are mobile, climate-controlled environments designed to keep your ingredients at the optimal temperature to inhibit bacterial growth. Every ingredient has its own sweet spot, its own temperature range where it's happiest and safest. We're talking about those chilly temperatures for your dairy, meats and seafood, keeping them far, far away from the danger zone where bacteria like to throw a party. We're looking for those rock-solid signs of proper freezing, ensuring that the cold chain hasn't been broken during transport. Hold on to your chef hats, folks, because we're about to enter the world of documentation. I know, paperwork might not be the most glamorous aspect of the culinary world, but trust me on this one. Maintaining detailed records of your incoming shipments is like having a superpower in the fight against foodborne illnesses. Imagine this. A food recall is issued for a specific batch of lettuce. With a well-maintained logbook, you can instantly identify if you received any of that affected lettuce, trace it back to its source, and remove it from your inventory before it even has a chance to reach a single plate. It's about creating a transparent and traceable path for every ingredient that enters your kitchen, ensuring that you're always one step ahead in the game of food safety. Now, let's take a moment to learn from the mistakes of others. Remember that batch of contaminated lettuce we talked about earlier? Well, in a real-life scenario, improper receiving practices were the culprit. The lettuce arrived at a restaurant, but no one bothered to inspect it closely. It wasn't until several customers fell ill that the connection was made. In another instance, a shipment of chicken arrived at a catering company, but the temperature wasn't checked upon arrival. The chicken sat in the danger zone for hours, allowing bacteria to multiply unchecked. These examples highlight the very real consequences of neglecting proper receiving protocols. Now, let's talk about the journey our ingredients take from the back of a delivery truck to the pristine shelves of our kitchens. It's a carefully choreographed dance, a temperature tango where every step matters. Those refrigerated trucks and insulated containers aren't just fancy packaging, they're mobile ecosystems, carefully calibrated to keep our ingredients at the peak of freshness and, most importantly, safety. That transition from truck to kitchen is a critical moment, a potential breach point in our carefully constructed temperature fortress. A few minutes in the sun, a delay in refrigeration, and suddenly, we're in the danger zone, where bacteria throw a microscopic fiesta. Chef Brown here. You don't need a sixth sense for temperature, but you do need skepticism and a commitment to food safety. Reject any ingredient that doesn't meet your criteria. Check temperatures. If it's above the safe zone, reject it. Don't compromise on food safety. It's a small price for peace of mind and customer well-being. Now let's talk about the power of the written word, because in the world of food safety, documentation is our secret weapon. Think of it like this. Every invoice, every receipt, every temperature log is a piece in a giant jigsaw puzzle. If an outbreak occurs, these documents become our roadmap, guiding us to the source of the problem and preventing further spread. Imagine this. A customer falls ill after eating at your establishment. The health department comes knocking, asking questions about the source of your ingredients. With a well-maintained logbook, you can confidently trace every ingredient back to its origin, identify any potential points of contamination, and cooperate fully with the authorities. Now I know what you're thinking. We're surrounded by delicious ingredients ready to whip up culinary masterpieces. And here I am talking about paperwork, but trust me folks, maintaining meticulous records of your incoming shipments is like having a superpower in the fight against foodborne illnesses. It's about creating a transparent and traceable path for every ingredient that enters your kitchen, ensuring that you're always one step ahead in the game of food safety. If an outbreak occurs, these documents become our roadmap, guiding us to the source of the problem and preventing further spread. In today's globalized food system, ingredients often travel a long and winding road before they reach our kitchens. A simple head of lettuce, for instance, might have been grown in one country, processed in another, and shipped across continents before it lands on your cutting board. This intricate web of suppliers, transporters and distributors can make tracing the source of contamination a daunting task. By documenting the origin, transport conditions and arrival status of every ingredient, we create a chain of custody, a clear and unbroken line of information that allows us to track its movement every step of the way. Imagine this, a food recall is issued for a specific batch of spinach linked to a potential salmonella contamination. With a well-maintained logbook, you can instantly identify if you received any of that affected spinach, trace it back to its source and remove it from your inventory before it even has a chance to reach a single plate. That, my friends, is the power of meticulous record keeping. In the event of a foodborne illness outbreak, having detailed records of your incoming shipments can be the key to a swift and effective response. Your meticulous record keeping could be the difference between a minor incident and a full-blown public health crisis. All right, folks, let's talk storage, because a well-organized kitchen is a happy kitchen. But before we start stacking those shelves and labeling those containers, we need to address the elephant in the pantry, or rather the different types of elephants. Just like you wouldn't store your fine china with your cast iron skillets, different food items have different storage needs. Think of it like this. Your storage areas are like cozy little apartments for your ingredients, and just like people, some ingredients prefer a cool, dark environment, while others thrive in a dry, ambient setting. We've got our dry goods, those sturdy staples that can hang out at room temperature. Flour, sugar, pasta, all lined up like good soldiers. Now, let's talk about the VIP section of our storage universe, the refrigerator. This is where we keep those delicate ingredients that require a constant chill to stay fresh and safe. Remember, folks, the danger zone for bacterial growth is between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Our goal is to keep those perishable ingredients far, far away from that danger zone, ideally below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Think of it like this. Your refrigerator is like a cool, refreshing oasis in the desert. And we want to make sure those ingredients are staying hydrated with that constant chill. Now that we've got our ingredients sorted by their temperature preferences, it's time to talk organization. I know, some of you thrive in a bit of creative chaos, but trust me on this one. A well-organized storage system is the key to maintaining food safety, preventing cross-contamination, and keeping your sanity intact. We want to make sure those flavors stay distinct and true without any unwanted notes from cross-contamination. That means storing raw meats, poultry, and seafood on the bottom shelves to prevent any drips or spills from contaminating ready-to-eat foods. Now, let's talk about the importance of keeping things off the floor. I know it might seem like a small detail, but trust me, folks, those few inches of elevation can make a world of difference in maintaining food safety and preventing contamination. We want to create a clean, dry, and well-ventilated environment for our ingredients, and that means getting them up and away from any potential hazards lurking on the floor. That means storing everything on shelves, racks, or pallets, ensuring that there's adequate airflow around each item. Now let's talk about a common pitfall in the world of food storage: the seductive allure of a fully stocked pantry. It's tempting, I know, to load up on those bulk deals and bask in the glow of a well-stocked larder. But just like a closet overflowing with clothes you never wear, an overstocked kitchen can lead to more problems than solutions. We want to create a space where each item is appreciated and used in a timely manner, not left to languish in the shadows. Those forgotten jars in the back of the pantry, those wilting vegetables in the crisper drawer, they're not just wasted food, they're potential breeding grounds for bacteria and a recipe for food safety nightmares. Now let's talk about a simple yet powerful principle that can revolutionize your storage game. First in, first out, or FIFO for short. It's a concept as elegant as it is effective, ensuring that the oldest ingredients in your inventory are used first, minimizing waste and maximizing freshness. Think of it like this. Your storage areas are like a well-choreographed dance floor where the oldest ingredients get to strut their stuff first. We're not talking about a chaotic free-for-all where ingredients are grabbed at random. FIFO is about creating a system, a flow, where the newest arrivals take their place at the back of the line, while the veterans move to the front, ready to take center stage in your culinary creations. This ensures that ingredients are used at their peak of freshness, minimizing the risk of spoilage and maximizing flavor. Well, folks, we've reached the final course of our food safety feast, and just like a satisfying dessert, it's time to savor the key ingredients we've explored. From receiving and storage to organizing pantries and refrigerators, every step safeguards our ingredients and the well-being of our customers. Remember, it all starts with a keen eye for detail. Food safety is a shared responsibility, from farmers to chefs and ultimately to consumers. We all play a role in ensuring every bite is safe. Food handlers are on the front lines, upholding hygiene and safety standards, creating a culture of safety and excellence.